Today I'll be talking about a YouTuber I've mentioned in the past in a previous video talking about Pyrocynical by the name of Nerd City. Nerd City, if you don't know, is a YouTuber with 880,000 subscribers who has been around for a while, but there is a lot to talk about with him. I talked about him discussing Pyrocynical in the TBH Podcast, as Nerd City was in the wrong, and some subtopics in the video, and just weird overall. With a drama regarding Pyrocynical. You know, I don't like Pyrocynical. His response, he left the TBH podcast, the podcast he created, because it was not as deep and such. It didn't go in the way that he wanted, and it was mainly infested by Pyrocynical viewers. And he still made this podcast despite knowing all the stuff that came out about him. So that was completely his own fault. He would also not upload often. Basically every year, year and a half or 2 years, he would upload a video. And he got even more hate because of certain views he had on certain topics like YouTube dramas regarding Dr. Disrespect and other back and forths with YouTubers. And also he focused on his own NFT project despite making a video against NFTs, and had some weird views on artists and how they should be paid, which were very wrong and talked about by artists previously. I talked about that in that video, I'm sure, as well. But to go on, one thing that I've always hated is part-time YouTubers or someone who is just lazy like Mama Max and Nerd City. I don't hate them, but their upload schedule and the way that they treat their channels is complete garbage. He has 880,000 subscribers and makes interestingly edited videos about various topics, although the topics are not really interesting anymore, which I'll be talking about. He made a couple of videos back to back to back and actually had consistent uploading regarding Azzyland and SSS Sniper Wolf, going into some big psychological type of things, saying that she doesn't shower, that she's a narcissist, and also, you know, completely copies Azzyland, which of course all is true and stuff. But the reason I'm going to be talking about Nerd City today is something completely different, and actually an interaction I had with him online. So with all that said,
let's go!
Nerd City made a video on ImJayStation. He made videos towards kids about, quote, scary topics, like calling celebrities from the dead at 3 a.m. And a lot of the times he would, quote, call these celebrities, you should say, at 3 a.m., like hours after they passed. A day, 30 hours, 24 hours. He would have a video up with that person's name in it, saying that they call them from the dead, like X, like Mac Miller and stuff like that, like music artists that recently died. Probably did one on Lil Peep as well, and I think he did one on Etika, which was a big one at the time because people heavily regarded Etika and really respected him and loved him. But to go on, he also made other videos like Dark Web Mystery Boxes, doing autopsies, or like doing curse, devil worshipping type of actions with dolls, or like there would be cursed, possessed dolls and stuff like that. Videos like these that were cringe ever since their creation and were heavily made fun of back in the day in the 2010s because that's whenever they were most popular. And ImJayStation was one of the biggest examples of these stupid and cringe videos that were all mostly the same and actually stolen from other YouTubers days after they uploaded them themselves. So he would take the scenes, he would use the same language and even graphics completely stolen by these other YouTubers, but claim it's his own video. But the thing that actually ended his time on YouTube was faking his own girlfriend's death, which is both illegal and ended up killing his career online, causing his channel to get deleted along with 2-3 other channels that he had. Although I don't completely like Nerd City for multiple reasons, which you will see later on, this video on ImJayStation is one of the videos on the internet that I would recommend to people. With the editing, the sets, and the information in this video, he was truly showing signs that he knew what he was doing on YouTube and actually had potential, and was on this topic actually talking about something interesting. He somehow got into contact with several people around ImJayStation to tell their stories about him, which got him even more information behind the scenes, showing how bad of a person ImJayStation was and how psychotic he was, going through his stalking, doxing, swatting, harassing, and physically and mentally hurting the people around him and people online. This video really showed just a little bit of how truly dangerous ImJayStation is as a person, as he would even go as far as to basically buy animals for a small amount of time just to use in their videos and put them in weird situations, like putting them in things that Tupperware closed, putting them in like certain objects like a Kermit the Frog plush or a boot even, just these weird things that he would do in these videos. And the big thing for me in this video is that Nerd City, that there are multiple videos going to be dropping on ImJayStation, that this was the first video in the series. It was an hour and 2 minutes long or something like that and got nearly 3 million views and was a big deal back in the day, and it could have been even bigger if he actually uploaded it before, like, it took him like a year plus to really make the video, over that even.
In the next few videos, we'll show you everything he's done.
Themselves selling their soul at 3 o'clock.
Anyway, it was legally binding, so I gave him what he asked.
In part 2 of this series, we'll see what extremes ImJayStation is willing to go to get fame and money, and what he'll do once he has it. This story isn't over, and it gets a lot worse. All of my skills came from the devil. I made a deal with the devil.
Okay. This is no way to write it's not sanitary.
Mr. Beast sponsored this video, and he paid us in burgers.
He pledged 2 Mr. Beast burgers per day until we finish our series of collaborations. Well, he doesn't realize what a mistake he's made, because we'll work on this video forever. Thank you, Mr. Beast, for the lifetime supply of hamburgers!
Although Nerd City said himself that there was going to be multiple videos in the future on ImJayStation, this was not the case at all, as it's been now 3 years since the upload of that video, and there's been no new video or even a hint at a new ImJayStation video or a video in that series. Despite it being an interesting video and topic that everyone really wants to see and know about, and he even had information, interviews, and more information behind the scenes that hasn't been seen or exposed online at all, that only Nerd City and the people a part of this series and the production of it know about. He doesn't go over everything in this video. Although it's an hour and 2 minutes long, it goes over various topics. He also hints at what would be in the next videos as well. Doesn't make those videos. Some of the things that he hints at are some freakouts that he had on others that were recorded, and some domestic claims where he actually is fighting and physically, hitting people, as it's shown in the video. And here's that clip.
In the next few videos, we'll show you everything he's done, from the minor
to the major, from the slightly embarrassing to the very definition of evil. For despite his criminal mentality, he remains a source of great inspiration for those that watched him. They've been copying and pasting all that he's been doing, and in some cases, he literally told them to do it. Step-by-step guides to occult rituals that have resulted in tutorials to access the dark web that they claim to have followed to the letter. They'll name a slave for him as he promises to resurrect their dead parents for algorithmic benefits. He's been doing it all for purely mercenary reasons, for money has always been his first and last motivation. He scammed his subscribers out of it when he didn't have it, and threw it in their face when he did, both figuratively and literally. This is a man that cannot tell basic right from wrong, and has simply no desire to.
So now to go to the present and what made me make this video. This was during the time of me working on the video on iDubbbz, which I just recently uploaded, and it should be like the last video I just made. While looking over tweets covering the topic that I was going to be making a video on, and just trying to, set everything up for the video, I see Nerd City commenting on a tweet regarding iDubbbz and some news coverage of him. It was from Yee, also known as Awk20000, and it says, Ethan takes shots at iDubbbz's political commentary, saying, who watches this? Loser, bro, should erase rhetoric from his vocab. You look and sound too dumb. And I've shown this in my video. But one thing that got my eye more than anything was seeing Nerd City commenting below it, and he says this. I see he got the TikTok girl praying for patience move, followed by we okay. He needs the manicured nails and bird hands pecking at the camera to drive it all home, preferably filmed in a driver's side seat with social eating and straw sips, in parentheses, mob approved beans of course. So I'm guessing he's saying this is how the next move that he should do to go into that side of politics. I was already not in a good mood that day, and seeing Nerd City not upload for 6 months, and the videos he was making either not really being interesting at all or just mildly interesting at most, and him not doing another ImJayStation video despite saying that there was more to talk about in the future, seeing him in the comments of this tweet just rubbed me the wrong way entirely, which started this small conversation that says a lot about Nerd City himself nowadays in the Big 25. Now, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you are missing out, as I quote talked, you could say, to Nerd City for a moment about his videos regarding ImJayStation publicly, and the reason I say publicly is because you can both look at the tweets, and if he tweets, people will see it. If they're following him, if you're following me, you'll see it. So it's all. So like I said before, I was pretty upset, and don't get me wrong, I shouldn't have reacted this way. I will say that I should have been nicer, but it actually got his response, and I got to make this video. So maybe in the end, it was truly worth it. But I say this to him back: bro, doing anything but another video on ImJayStation. Stop talking and work, boy. Now, again, like I said, I shouldn't have been that mean. That was my fault, but he actually did get his response. And I did another follow-up tweet because I didn't want to make it seem like I was a part of a certain political side or that I was defending iDubbbz, because I thought it kind of seemed that way after just saying that. So I added on saying, don't get me wrong, I am against Ian in all ways, but bro, Nerd City in the Big 25 needs to do his job instead of talking on Twitter. Dude gave up on exposing ImJayStation. Nerd City then responds, and these responses are so bad and weird and disgusting. They are just so ignorant, as well as ignorant as iDubbbz. So let's go ahead and get into it. He says, why upload more on that topic though? It's been done for a while, but at this point I expect it will just get drowned out by Reddit brigades calling it quote irrelevant or quote obsessed. And he is talking about his past issues because he's had issues with several subreddits or talking in YouTube drama or like the TBH Podcast subreddit, and he's been heavily hated on there for multiple reasons. And I guess that's what he's alluring to here. And this other person adds into the conversation. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they follow me or whatever. They say Reddit will do that anyway. If it's done, then what's the harm in releasing it? And Nerd City responds with, I don't know, maybe ask AI, see what Reddit has already trained it to say? What are you talking about? What are you talking about where you're telling me to ask AI, like, why you won't upload a video? So, but from what it sounds like, this series is completed, at least from Nerd City, like, himself. It seems like it's actually done. It's actually released or something of the sort. Not released, but it's actually done and can be released at any point, but he's not doing it himself, all because of some people on Reddit. I don't think he realizes that overall, if he dropped these videos, he would actually get more credit and look better in the end than look bad. You know what I mean? You've already hung out with Pyrocynical on the TBH Podcast. Okay, so to redeem yourself, go ahead and upload these videos on ImJayStation exposing how bad of a person he is. You are withholding important information regarding ImJayStation, who he is as a person and behind the scenes, all because of some Redditors. That is pathetic. You do not deserve to be on YouTube or have any revenue from YouTube if that's like your mindset. Your mindset is absolutely so garbage. You just don't upload and expose people because people don't like you, but you made several videos like 6 months ago talking about Sniper Wolf and going into this deep psychological meaning behind how she acts in all of her videos and that she doesn't shower. You made an entire video about how she doesn't shower, but you can't drop and upload the videos on ImJayStation. It doesn't make sense at all. I responded saying, I don't get why you don't want to release these videos. It feels unnecessary to hide anything or not to do it. And if you're already not uploading frequently, then the schedule isn't the issue. So why not work on it and release it as a huge source of information? Because like I just said, he has all this information, all the behind the scenes, and being a whole series. And you're probably wondering, well, how does Nerd City respond to this? He responds with a Ryan Reynolds gif saying, but why? I don't know what movie this is from, but you all would know. But that's how he responds to me. I say, to show all ImJayStation's wrongs he did, some stuff we never knew of, people trusted you with their information and story just for it not to be released, and he never responded. I think someone else, like the other guy, responded saying, because it would be cool or something like that. And at the making of this video, it has been a week and he still hasn't responded or done anything. And I think that this is really bad. I think this makes him look terrible. It makes him look both pathetic and weak and not a YouTuber. If you're going to be that way, then just I don't know, clear your entire channel or something. Like, why are you acting this way? You are acting as ignorant as iDubbbz. Although ImJayStation was basically took off the internet because of all he has done, it doesn't mean that you stop. Especially whenever ImJayStation self-admitted to having other channels on YouTube connected to his name that are making money off the platform. Nerd City, if you see this video, hit me up for an interview or just to talk in general, as I think these videos are necessary to be online. And since you care so much about public image, I think this would help you more than hurt you to actually release these videos. I think they need to be released. I think it is very necessary to YouTube. And just to yourself overall, why would you hide this stuff from people? No matter how old this topic is, just because this person's abuse of others and terrible effects on kids was 5 years ago, that doesn't matter. The people still should get all of the information and should know everything about him. It's not our fault that you took forever to make these videos and also ruined your reputation between that time. Also, if you want to be more consistent or be an actual YouTuber, then why wouldn't you release these videos while you're creating new ones on certain topics? The video that he made right after this was a video regarding NFTs and how, like, oh, they're not the future, but I'm going to make my own NFTs. And it was like 2 years afterwards, or like a year and a half, like a close to 2 years. Let me see the blueprint. Let me see the script, whatever. Just give me the videos. Give me the videos and I'll upload them for you. Since, like, I'll defend you. I'll give you like a 5-minute intro on why these should be released or whatever. And it doesn't matter, dude, because I make videos on some of the worst people online and they still get defended. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what anyone does online, actually. You will still get hate online, no matter whether you're trying to be as positive as possible, no matter whether you are trying to expose these terrible people. You will still get hate no matter what. But let's figure out a way to get these videos released. If it's a legal issue, people lied in their stories or whatever, then say that instead of playing this weird game of ignorance and making another video on a topic that no one really cares about. Don't get me wrong, people cared about the Sniper Wolf video, but what is truly next for you now? It has been 6 months, you haven't uploaded, and you every once in a while get on Twitter and talk. You had some of the biggest potential, and I really liked to see your videos because of the editing style and everything else, but you never uploaded, and you also just now withheld a bunch of information from a bunch of abuse victims.
You had zero sleep, and B, there's a guy like yelling at you. A guy yelling at you, telling you that you're doing everything wrong, making you redo it because you're doing everything wrong. Like, he's blowing up on you every 5 seconds, and that's exhausting.
Wake up right now! It's 3 a.m.
I didn't know exactly what I was doing, what I was getting myself into, like you guys said, and like I've said myself already. I was a paid actor. I was paid to show up and be an on-screen personality for a YouTube channel. That's how I saw it.
He wouldn't pay me directly, but we would eat together, and he'd pay for like dinners, breakfast, lunch, or whatever. Like, we'd probably eat like once a day. All right, and sometimes
So
like I
he's paying you to work on his content with food.
I was a 17-year-old kid, and you know what he actually made me do? He made me drink the gay potion. Deep down, I did not want to do it. And out of fear of how much influence this guy had, I was like, I have to do it. I did it.
If I say no to him at any moment, like, he'll get mad, and I could never have that, right?
If I say no to this guy, if I'm like, okay, no, I'm not doing this video, he will just fire me in an instant and then find someone else.
Like, if I didn't do exactly what he said, he would just get so mad.
He'll get so angry, he'll like break something, he'll hit his cat. He actually threw his camera one time on the couch and then it bounced back on my forehead. My forehead started bleeding.
You are essentially hiding and protecting ImJayStation because you refuse to release these videos. And like I said, although you released the first one, his channel has been banned and everything else, we still don't know the full story. You refuse to release that full story. I don't think it should be these victims' like job. And you even say in your video, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. And even in your like video description, it says this: ImJayStation is the infamous YouTuber best known for a series of quote 3 a.m. challenges. He sought to create controversies for attention and demonstrated time and time again that there was very little he wasn't willing to do in order to achieve it. At the height of his notoriety, he was contacting deceased celebrities with a Ouija board, often a few short hours after their passings. In February 2020, he found himself in a lot of hot water again when he faked his then girlfriend's death, a stunt that would ultimately lead to this channel's termination. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a great deal more to the story. Until now, nobody, not even YouTube themselves, have been made aware of all the sick and evil things ImJayStation has been doing for the last 6 years. However, for the last 18 months, YouTubers Colossal's Crazy and Nerd City have been working on a multi-part series to document it all. This descent into madness will show that not only is ImJayStation truly the worst YouTuber of all time, but despite his repeated terminations, he has corrupted the platform to a point in which it may never recover. But you don't want to release those videos. You don't want to expose all the bad that he has done that not even YouTube knows, that nobody knows about. It feels like you're protecting him. You are like really hovering around releasing these videos. You're holding them hostage because of what some Redditors said to you or because of what you've done. This could be like the equivalent of iDubbbz doing a content cop but actually succeeding. I don't see this video actually going bad. And honestly, bro, if you want me to, I'll upload them for you. I will, whatever like I gotta do to get these videos out. I would love to talk to you and try to discuss a little bit, talk to me on Twitter. And you are basically hiding information from the people about one of the most dangerous and worst people on the internet, as you said yourself, that no one really knows the true story of until now. And not even now, really, to be honest. They only know, like, a iceberg. They only know, like, the tip of the iceberg, what people can already see on his videos and can do with a little bit of a Google search, other than some of the interviews that he had with those people. Because Nerd City has multiple interviews in his video with some of the people that he was working with. But that's all I have for today, so make sure to like and subscribe for more. Nerd City, hit me up. Let's talk on Twitter, whether it's in private DMs or publicly, and figure out what is going on here and figure out how we can get these videos uploaded. I'll upload them for you. The only thing I would do to them is just censor them like I do with everything else. Not like just censor all the cuss words and stuff like that, if there is any, which I don't think there really was that many in the last one, so it'll be whatever. Let's try to get these videos out, do something good for the people, get some of your reputation back that I know that you care about. Quit being weird. Actually make videos or just release them, man. Because I know that he at least has, I don't know, if he has the script or whatever, if he has the links to stuff or whatever, I might take a look at and work on it myself. Whatever. I'll do the rest of the series, you know. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank y'all for watching. If you like these videos, I do videos on locales, internet dramas, and more. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Am I valid? Chat, am I valid for this or nah? Sorry, that was a little cringe, but make sure to like and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitter, is linked in the description below. And in the end, I'm PERK30, and keep God close.
Little pig, let me in.